All right, everybody, happy Saturday. Welcome to our Saturday training call. As you guys know, we do this every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the same code every week, guys. So please download, save the flyer, put it somewhere where you can remember or a reminder to yourself. But every week we have a different speaker. Every week we have somebody going over something new. These are top leaders and producers that you can learn from and use the information so that you guys too can have success in the field week to week, to know that what you're doing is right and you have a blueprint and game plan to follow. So again, so that you can have success. So we don't have to do this, but we want to do this and we choose to do this because this is the best way for us to get the same message out to a bunch of people at the same time so we can all win. Not only help families, but to help our own family. And if you're not winning, you got to take a hard core look in the mirror because it's something that you're not following. It's something that you're not doing. It's habits that you're probably not giving up, which is causing you not to grow. So I challenge everybody on here, get your notebook, get your whatever device you take your notes on and really soak up this information. And the way that we show appreciation to our leaders by taking their time out to do this is to go to work and produce results. All right. So guys, as you know, I always start the Saturday call, all right, with the top 10 submit for the week. So this is January, guys, week 2 of a brand new year, 2022, right? So top 10, coming in number 10, we have Bradley M, 7,817. Stephen Johnson, $7,899. Will Crandell, $8,234. Charity N, 9,213. KG Killer, myself, $9,583. Richard Moore, $9,891. You guys are going to hear from this awesome guy today. He's just crushing it with these older leads. Joshua K, $10,082. And this is in a week, guys, okay? Rachel C, 11,400. Austin Smith, $13,328. And guys, there can only be one number one. Ryan Urbanski, $20,198 in a freaking week. How awesome is that, right? So guys, you too can be in the top 10, but you got to go to work. And guess what? We're going to give that information today so you too can learn how to be in the top 10 every week, okay? So guys, I just want to start with some announcements before I have my amazing speakers come on today. The first thing, guys, that I want to go over is this new and improved live dials. Guys, our old dials was great, right? But it's always good to switch it up. And we have a live dials where, guess what? We have breakout rooms. All the leaders are on there. We go over, like literally, you're watching people close real live telesale appointments. You're watching people book real live telesale appointments and leads. And then you have people that are booking face-to-face appointments. So whatever you decide to do in this business, guys, whether it be our virtual platform or meeting clients face-to-face, everything is done live for you in live dials. So if you have questions about how to do virtual, guys, jump on there so you can get all your questions answered and you can watch all of the top producers and leaders that are crushing it, whether it be virtual or face-to-face. You can get all your information there. It is, I believe it's live.dialsales.com. We'll go ahead and post the link. If somebody can post it in there, we'll post the link, or I'll post the link in our group chat afterwards. The second thing I want to talk about, guys, I can never not express this enough, is getting work spots. If you do not have work spots, guys, you are missing out, okay? Most importantly, the discounts on the leads, guys. So if you are thinking, hey, I would love an office to maybe go to, guess what? We have offices nationwide of top producers that have an actual office for you to dial out of, for you to print your leads, for you to, have access to top producers, real live training, free Wi-Fi access, but most importantly, the discounts on the leads. It is $99 a month, guys. That is a business expense, right? It is, literally, I've never seen anything like it. For only $99 a month, you can have access to everything, and you can save a ton of money on these discounted leads that are already exclusive to us. So make sure you get work spots. Let me not confuse you guys. If you're not licensed, okay, and you're not licensed and contracted, please don't get work spots. Okay, but you can always go in there and find out where the offices are located. These are for people who are licensed and contracted, so you can make use of these discounts and have an office environment to go to and actually work. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, if you are brand new on here or if you've been here and you've never attended the Fast Track Academy, we have an amazing guy, Julian. He writes over 50,000 personally from home, all from home. I don't think I've ever seen him leave his house in the last year or two. But he goes over everything that you need to know to get off to a fast start in this business so you too can have success. So if you have not plugged into the Fast Track Academy, if you are struggling, if you've been here and you haven't ever plugged in, or if you're brand new and you want to know how to have success and to get out the gate running and fast, you need to go to Fast Track Academy. We will post the updated dates for that, which is a Zoom, and you can get all your questions answered. And then, guys, the last thing I want to talk about is convention. Convention is coming up. It's right around the corner, guys. It is February 2nd to the 5th. All right, it's going to be in Miami, Florida. If you have not registered, guys, get registered now. All right, it is going to be amazing. If you want to be 6 months to a year ahead of anybody else in this business, if you even want to even have success here, I've never seen anybody not go and actually have success here. All the top producers, all the people that you see winning on the timeline, whether it be Facebook or your group chat, they are a product, including myself, a product of this convention. I don't think I probably would be here if I didn't go. Guys, even though we have a great time, it's not a bunch of rah-rah. It is literally, you're going to get all the information you need. But most importantly, guys, you're going to be able to be face-to-face with people who are doing something bigger than what people are doing in FFL National. There's so many people doing so many different things, and they're making so much more money. You get a chance to see what they're doing. You get a chance to see who you relate to. But guys, when I went there are people there that got on stage, and I was like, if they are that bad and they can do it, and they're making $1 million a month, $1 million a year, right? Or they're single moms, single dads, or families, if they can do it, I can do it too. You can do it too, but you'll never know unless you go. And this is not something we can bring back and tell you. It's not an energy that we can repeat. You have to be there. All right. It's like the all-star game of all-star games. It's the Kobe's, the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans of the financial industry in FFL. You want to be there. So make sure you register. It is a free event, guys. Where we came from, we had to pay for everything, and we didn't get paid that much, right? So here you are blessed to be a part of a business where the event is completely free to change your life. Yes, you do have to pay for your airfare and your room and hotel, but the event is free. Okay, so make sure you get that done. And I will see you there. It is right around the corner. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my speakers on here. I don't want to take any time away from them. The first speaker I have the pleasure of announcing, this guy has been crushing, guys, 1 month old leads. And sometimes I hear people, they're like, I don't want all leads. I don't want to buy all these. I want the new leads, right? But guess what? He's beating the people who are buying the expensive leads with older leads, right? So Josh issue paid last month over 10 grand. Over 10 grand issue paid. He did over 10 grand just in submit just this week, just this past week. So it is getting crazy. It's insane. He's a dad. I think he has 4 girls, right? 4 girls. And he comes from the hospitality industry, used to be a bartender at Ruth Chris. He put in his 2 weeks early. He's only been here for a couple of months. Josh, please take it away and bless us with the information of your phone script and how you're having so much success with these 1 to 3 month old leads. Take it away, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, good morning, everybody. All right. So for me, as far as my success, right, with these leads, it's I feel like the biggest part of that is that mental preparation, right? And the mental preparation comes from plugging in. It comes from being involved in the dial session, making sure that you're in contact with our leaders, with your direct. Always be open-minded, be coachable, and everything that's said as far as from the leadership down, just keep it. Oh, there we go. All right, my screen just came back. My bad. All right, just make sure you take heed to everything that's said, because the leaders they know what they're doing, and the results are coming not by accident. Everything that's happening, it's working because that's the process. So the biggest thing also is you have to have that mental strength to believe in and know that it's real, know that know that it works. Okay. So I know even for myself, like even to this point of hearing about or kind of getting comfortable with the idea of purchasing leads. I'm like at this point I'm pretty comfortable with it, but I know in the beginning you have to have that mental strength to kind of know that, hey, it's okay, spend the money because you're gonna make the money. And at this point I'm confident enough to know and to say that if you do spend the money and you work the numbers the way it's supposed to, you'll make your money. There's no question about it. It's inevitable. So for me, as far as my phone script, and setting the appointments, I think one of the most important things about that is the time. Okay, so there's a time period between 7:30 to 9 o'clock. In my opinion, that's the money out. Those are the money hours, right? Because typically telemarketers are not reaching out during that time period, and we'll be the only ones calling the home. If you, I actually I remember watching a podcast where Toby Robo, who's one of our leaders in the business, and anyone who knows me knows that I kind of model everything I do after Toby, man, because Toby's killing it, doing crazy numbers. We're talking about 100K a month. So with Toby, what they're going to tell you is if you don't make your calls during that 7:30 to 9 o'clock, if for whatever the case may be, if you miss that time period, you're losing 200,000 a year. And when I heard that, I was shocked, right? But now understanding that, I know that typically between 7:30 to 9:30, if I'm up and I do what I need to do, by 9 o'clock, I have about 5 appointments already set. So I'm usually done setting my appointments by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at the latest. And that gives me the ability to then, during the afternoons and the evenings, to either do telesales or to book some more appointments, you know what I'm saying, and to run the field. Yeah, I mean, I guess, Corinne, you have any specific questions? I mean, I'm
Yeah, tell me what you say. What's your script when you're dialing these 1 month old leads? What are you saying to these people when you call and dial them?
Oh, it's really easy. Okay, so I'll be like, so the phone rings, ring, ring. I'll be,
Hello?
Corinne?
Yes.
Hi, Corinne. This is Josh. I'm calling from the Benefits Center here in the District of Columbia. I'm actually the new state broker taking over for the city. And I was reaching out in regards to a request of information that you have submitted to my office. I'm asking about the new state regulated life insurance program. So I have your date of birth here as 1/1/1987. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Fantastic. All right. So the purpose of me calling you, Ms. Corinne, is just to get you the information that you have requested. So I have your delivery address here as 123 Sesame Street. I'm assuming that's still correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Fantastic. Now, is that a home or is that an apartment?
That's an apartment.
All right, fantastic. I just want to make sure we have the correct up-to-date apartment number as well. So that's apartment 5. I'm assuming that's still correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Fantastic. So again, the purpose of me calling is just to get you the information that you requested, Ms. Corinne. I'm actually driving all the way down from Bel Air, Maryland into the city to help out a few families, and it'd be my pleasure to squeeze you in. It only takes me like 10 to 15 minutes. Are you working, retired, or on disability?
I'm working.
All right, fantastic. Is that like a typical 9 to 5, or are you working usually on the evenings?
Just a regular 9 to 5.
All right, fantastic. So tomorrow, like I said, I'll be driving all the way from Bel Air to make sure that you get the help and the coverage that you need. Like I said, it only takes me 10 to 15 minutes. I have a 5 to 6 or a 7 to 8. What works best for you?
Probably the 7 to 8 one.
All right, now when we say 7 to 8, are you saying close to the 7 or close to the 8?
Closer to 7.
All right, fantastic. Do me a favor, Ms. Corinne, grab a sheet of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a confirmation number and my information for tomorrow. So you know you're not talking to a random crazy person, okay? Let me know when you...
I'm ready.
All right, so I give them the confirmation number. And then I tie them down by saying, okay, so as far as the address that I have here for you on Sesame Street, Ms. Corinne, what's the parking situation? Am I able to park? Is there a parking lot, street parking, or what's the situation? Talk to me.
Yeah, they tow after a certain time. So I think it'd be better if you park right on the side on the street.
All right, awesome. I got you. Now, just so I'm not rude, are there any, is it okay to knock or is there a doorbell?
No, you cannot.
All right, cool. And any big dogs or killer cats that I need to be aware of, Ms. Corinne?
I have a little dog, but I'll put him up before you get there.
All right, awesome. So, Miss Corinne, just like as I promised, or as I said to you earlier, when I get there, one of the first things I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my ID, my vaccination card, along with my license through the district and through the state of Maryland. So you know you're not talking to a random crazy person. And also what I'm going to do to help you confirm and lock in this appointment, I'm going to shoot you a text message with a copy of my credentials. So you'll be ready for me tomorrow. So like we said, tomorrow, 7 p.m. There's no reason why you wouldn't be there, right? Because you know I'm driving all the way from Bel Air to come see you.
No, I'll be home.
All right, fantastic. I'm looking forward to our conversation. Click.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? Um, when you weren't always full time. I mean, you were part time for a short period of time right when you started, and then you just jumped in and went full time. I know we have a lot of new people on here. That, first of all, the stuff that you're saying in your script is amazing, right? This is why you have a great show ratio, and this is why you're booking so many appointments and fast. Um, what was your part-time schedule like working, bartending at Ruth Chris and doing this business while still having success?
Oh wow, that schedule was it sucked, but what it was Monday through. So what I would do is ironically, it only took me about a week to figure out that FFL is where I needed to be, and I didn't need to be behind the bar. So what happened was for that first week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I used as my dial days, and Friday night I would go to work. But Saturday I would be in the field, and so Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday was supposed to be my run days. But because I used to work on the weekends, I would book from 10 to about 3 or 4 p.m. for Saturday, and then end up having to go to work. And then that first week going to work, I realized that I'm losing money going to work, spending time there. So that following weekend, I let them know that, hey, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And I changed my schedule to then going completely full time. And it's been a life changer. It really, I think at the max, it took me about 2 weeks. I know I gave them that 2 week notice, but I pretty much lived out only about a week of it. I couldn't take it anymore, and I was just ready to do my own thing. And it's been amazing. And I know, coming from where we came from, me and Corinne kind of came from the same background as far as our practice situation. To be able to see and hear the things that we were finding out about FFL, it was crazy. The numbers didn't seem like it was real. It didn't seem like people were booking 10. I remember if you booked 10 appointments in a week at my last spot, you were doing some big things. Now we're talking about doing 10 a day on the low end. You know what I'm saying? So I guess if I could give y'all another tip for booking, is you've got to buckle down. At the end of the day, you just got to buckle down. You just got to do it, right? I know it's not fun. It might not be fun for everybody, but you got to do it. So what I do is, when I sit at the table in the morning, everything that I need at the table is there. I got my orange juice, I got my papers, my iPad, everything right there. And I don't get up. I don't sit, I don't stand, unless I got to use the bathroom or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But apart from that, I don't get up from the table. I don't get up until I set my 10. I don't move. I put everything there on the table so that there's no excuse for me to get up either. And then once I've booked my 10, then I can continue to move forward. But that would be that's like the best piece of advice I would tell you. I know it's the time. Book 7:30 to 9. Also buckle down, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And oh yeah,
Hey, guys.
yeah, hey Kylie.
Go ahead. Sorry. Keep going. Go.
Oh no, I was gonna say just like what we talk about all the time, like plug into the live dials, plug into the different meetings that we have, because what happens is, the reason why I've kind of been able to pick things up is because I've had great direction and great leadership. You know what I'm saying? We have amazing leaders just within our organization. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go very far to find people who are making money and find people who know exactly what they're doing and growing within the business. So just believe in the leadership and do what they say.
Josh, a great job. Amazing job. You're killing it. 2 quick questions. So how long have you been here? Because you haven't been here that long. And I think it's important for people to hear exactly how long you've been with FFL.
So I've been with FFL, like completely with FFL. This will be my second month.
Your second month. So not even 2 full months, right?
Not even a full 2 months. No, yeah, no, it's great.
With
Yeah.
no insurance background. Let's add that to the mix. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in my second month, this is my at the end of January. This will be my second full month. Yeah.
And what did you deposit? I like to talk about the money, right? So in December, what did you deposit in your account from FFL?
So I had about prior to my expenses and everything, I'd say about 13 or 12 hit my account.
13,000 or 100?
1,000.
Okay. And then so far this month, January, how much you think you've had deposited so far this month?
So far this month, I've had about 6 to 7. So I'd say about 6 to 7 deposited so far.
So not 100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's about $500 a day that you're averaging.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then my last question is, because we've had a lot of people, I'm pretty sure Josh runs 3 days a week, and he normally sets about 11 appointments on his run days. So you're doing about 33, 35 appointments a week, Josh. Is that correct?
Yeah, but so one of the things that that is my base, but this month I'm trying to find ways to push myself. My target is to do 50 appointments a week. So I'm getting close. I'm getting close. So I think the maximum that I did in a week was this week, and I did like 42.
42.
So I'm close. I'm
Okay.
close to 50, but my target is I'm trying to get to 50 appointments a week.
Okay, awesome. And then you so you've already made about $20,000 in a month and a half with FFL. I want to make sure that that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my last question is, what would be, since you're new, right? So what would be the best piece of advice that you can give somebody, the newest person on the phone? What would you tell them, like hands down, they have to do to be successful here at FFL?
I think the biggest thing is I would say the biggest thing is plugging in, right? Because what happens is when you plug in, it helps you change your environment. And once you're able to change your environment or maximize your environment, you can change your mindset. And once you change your mindset, you're able to change your actions, which ultimately changes your environment. So that's the best way to do it. If you plug in and you can receive everything that's out here for you, especially within our leadership and with our direction for our team, as long as you're open to receiving it, I mean, I feel like the possibilities are limitless.
Come on, great job, Josh. Does anybody have any other questions for Josh? Because I know he's very willing to help. Again, he's new, so he can give a brand new perspective. Does anyone else have any questions for Josh? All right, Josh.
Hey,
Corinne, I don't know.
Hey,
ahead,
Josh.
Jacqueline.
This is Jacqueline. Are you in the field or are you virtual?
So I'm in the field, right? Because for myself personally, I felt like before I could tackle virtual, I wanted to make sure that in-house I knew exactly what I was doing. Whatever there were any rebuttals, anything like that. And one of the cool things, I feel for me personally, and I share this with some of the people that are closest in our team, is that when I'm in house, as of right now, I'm closing at 100%. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what I was doing in the house, and I just had my first telesale, and I kind of just applied what I did in house over Zoom and over the phone, and it worked the same way. So I am going to be exploring more telesales, but my niche or my bread and butter is definitely in home. Because I feel like if a person is going to allow me in their house, and sit in front of me, there's no way they're not spending money with me.
Yeah, I'm in the field also. So cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Real quick, Josh, before we turn it over to the next speaker, can you just talk about how important it is to call from the in-home, even if you think you know what direction to go in with what carrier? Because one thing I noticed about you and some of the other leaders on the squad is that even though you already know the answer, you're still calling anyway. And there has been times where you didn't know which direction to go in, right? But nobody else would have ever known that because you're calling in the in-home, right? You're not leaving unless you call. So can you just kind of touch on that real quick before we turn it over to the next speaker?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I for the families when I'm in the home is I try to let them know that I'm going to handle their account as if I'm a fiduciary. Okay. So I'm always going to put their best interests at heart. So with that being said, I'm going to
tell people what fiduciary means, because
okay,
not,
okay, a fiduciary is someone who always puts a client's financial well-being first before them. So what I always tell my families is cliche, but they love it. I always tell my families that I'm going to put all my families before my pockets. Okay. And what that means is that I'm going to make sure I find what works best for you and what's affordable. So what I do is, I'm sorry, what was your question? Repeat it one more time, because I'm kind of going.
How important it is to call in the in-home.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So yeah. So with me, making them comfortable and knowing that I'm going to put their interests at heart first and what they need first, it's very easy. So what I do is I'll be like, hey, so I want to make sure that I get the right company and the right policy for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to Corinne or to Kali. She's my manager. She has a few more years of experience than I do. So what I really want to do is just get another set of eyes on this so I can make sure we are 100% going with the best company for you and your family. So that's pretty much it. And definitely, as far as my experience, the families are they like that. They're definitely open to it. I feel like it builds credibility with yourself, with the family, as far as like building rapport. And nobody's ever really opposed to it, because once you're in home and you show them that you're serious and you're about your business, if you are to reach out to anybody, they understand that it's in their benefit.
That is awesome. Well, Josh, listen, we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to bless us with that information. This is the reason why, guys, Josh is having so much success. He's, 100% plugged in. He's 100% all in, and he's following the system to a T with no insurance background. And he's working hard. He's putting his pen to the paper, his finger to the submit button, and he's going all the way. So take what he says, guys, and the way that we show him our appreciation is using the information he provided today and going to work. So Josh, thank you so much. If anybody could maybe reach out to you, maybe ask you additional questions, can you put that in the chat, how they can, contact you or reach you or email you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, thank you so much.
I'm going to put my information in the chat right now.
Perfect. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and go to the next speaker. You heard from Josh. You're going to hear from another amazing leader. He is all the way in North Carolina. He is a good friend, business partner. Listen, and he helps me out too. We all help each other out here. We're not only a diverse culture, but we're a FFL family. And we make enough money that, guys, we don't have to be a crab in a barrel, right? We all help each other out no matter what. And this guy, if you think I'm the queen of telesales, this guy is the king of telesales. Okay. So he is going to go over how he's having so much success on FFL's virtual platform. Moe, thank you so much. I know you're extremely busy, guys. He's building a huge and amazing business. He's helping so many leaders. And if you haven't added him on Facebook, guys, him and his team are crushing it. All right, so Moe, thanks again so much. If you could take about 10 minutes and really just go over how you're crushing it virtually. And also, if you could just start by telling us what you issue paid last month and what you deposited, because guys, to watch his growth until now is just completely amazing. So Moe, please, with our pleasure, we'd love to have you on here to bless us with that information. Thank you so much.
KG, it's a pleasure to be on here.
Yes, Moe.
Let me start by saying congratulations on your promotion to vice president. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, there we go. Just another step. Also want to say, Kylie, much love to you and your organization. We met last year and we've been locked in ever since. Yeah. Absolutely. So I don't do this for everybody. I say no to people now. I say no to people now because I don't like takers. I don't like people who just want to reach out when they need something. Me and KG, we stay in contact, whether it's a phone call or if she posts something, I'm going to let her know that I see you just by hitting a little comment, like the little things. And she does the same thing for me. She doesn't only look out for me. She's always looking out for my team. So when I see her comment on those posts, it makes me more engaged and also want to support her team. So, like we said, we are one big family. Just nobody be a taker, though. You know, it's about what you bring to the table. I know I'm supposed to talk about telesales, but this is important. You know, this is very important how we show up for each other as a team. So I was looking at a post of somebody who did over $1 million, right, in their organization, and they put up an advertisement on their page, and that post got like 3 likes. And it's like, wait a minute, there's a disconnection between you having an organization who makes $1 million and them actually being with you. You know, so don't just watch KG success, participate in it, be part of it, put your hands in it, show that you care. Like, if you don't have a presence on social media, it's 99% your fault. And I say that because you're not showing other people that you care. So if somebody takes the time to say congratulations on your post, take the time to say thank you. You know, don't just let that fly by, because what you're doing is just knocking yourself down. If I said congratulations to you in real life and you just ignored me, I would never say congratulations to you again. So don't knock yourself down. You know, be a giver as well as taking. You know, and I'm not just making this like, this is not impromptu. Like, this is real intentional and purposeful. Thaddeus, you there? Thaddeus, Scruggs. So
Yes,
Scruggs reached
sir.
out
Yes,
to me.
sir. What's
All right,
going
so
on, boss?
Scruggs, you and everything you do, big bro. I'm so proud of you, man. So Scruggs reached out to me, right? Scruggs reached out to me this week, and I told him I will be glad to support him. But before he does, he needs to go on my
Mm-hmm.
page and comment on 5 of my posts. And I did this on purpose because I don't like takers. If he didn't comment on 5 of my posts, guess what? Good, because I'm not wasting my time, you know? But he
That's true.
decided to do it. He decided to do it. And what I did was, because he supported me, I also supported him and comment on his stuff to try to make him rise a little bit more. So with that said, let's go ahead and go into the telesale. Telesale is very easy. And congratulations, Josh, on all your new success. But he hit it on the head. You don't want to do telesales until you understand the phone script, number one, and then you understand the in-home presentation, number two. Because what we do when we get on the phone is just marry those two processes. KG, so I can time myself. How much time do I have left?
You got it. I'll just hop in and be like, hey.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
make this quick.
yeah. No, take your time, because I think everybody really wants to hear this. This is going to be like really the first time we're actually introducing the virtual, getting to know it. You know, we're marrying it. We're going to marry it today, and we're going to marry it with you. So please take your time and,
Okay.
and definitely bless us with that.
Yeah, it don't take long. We getting married today. So here's the thing about the phone. The in-home or the telesale is just, again, the phone script connected to the in-home presentation, right? So let's start with the phone script. So, hey, Mo, this is Mo giving you a call back about the information you requested for the life insurance coverage. You put here that your date of birth is 10/12/83. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct, Mo. Okay, you put here that your address is 145 Success Way. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. So once I got the two conversations, I noticed that confirmations, excuse me, I noticed that I have no pushback. Once I notice that I'm having no pushback, now my internal alarm begins to go off and says that this is a potential call to close, right? So I got my two confirmations, then I go into, hey, I'm going to put this information for you together. Let me ask you a question. Are you married or single? If they say single, that means there's no other decision makers. So this alarm again needs to be going off in your mind. If there's no other decision makers and they gave me zero pushback, I need to close this right now. Okay. So if that's the case, what I would then do is say, okay, listen, this is a very simple process. And this is where I go into my in-home. Listen, Mo, there's only 3 reasons that anybody ever fills out any of this information. Number one, you have no life insurance and you know you need some. Number two, you may have a little bit and you know you need some more. And number three, you probably just want to leave a little bit of money behind for kids or grandkids. Mo, which one is it for you? And then I let them answer. That's it. That's telesales, you know. And if you're looking for more, it's probably because you don't understand the in-home process, you know. And I'm not here to go over the in-home with you. I'm here to go over telesales. We just did it. So it doesn't take long. So again, let's recap really quickly. And then I'm gonna go to another side of it. So we do the regular phone introduction. We get the 2 confirmations. We're noticing there's no pushback yet. Okay. And then we go for married or single to find out if we can close this right here, right now. On the flip side, if they are married, if you still want to get a call to close, you want to go into these questions. Is your spouse there with you now? Okay. Is your spouse there with you now? They'll say yes or no. If they say yes, then you say, go ahead and put the speakerphone, because out of respect for your marriage, I want her to hear it all at the same time. And then they'll say yes, and then you go right back into your in home. Okay, well, there's only 3 reasons I ever on the phone with these people. Number one, you have no life insurance, and you know you need some. Number two, you might have a little bit and know you need some more. And number three, um, you just want to leave a little bit of money behind for your kids or grandkids. Which one is that for you? I'm back into my in-home. So let's go into the scenario where they're married and their spouse is not home. You need to be able to fall back into an appointment. Okay. So when we pick up the phone and we're dialing our customers, we're looking for the call to close, but we have to be flexible enough to fall back into the appointment because we're not just dropping opportunity because we can't close it right there. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing. And then I want to open it up for questions. Is there anything else I'm missing? No, that's pretty much it. So here's the bulk of being able to close off over the phone. These are the 2 things that you absolutely need to cover. And if you don't, you're not going to close. Okay. So just to let you know, the phone is just like the in-home. 25% of the people you talk to are going to buy from anybody with a pulse. 25%. But if you go slow, you're not going to get that 25% to work with like you wanted to. So if it takes you 2 weeks to make 50 calls, you'll never get to that 25%. You're only going to get the jackasses who will curse you out and hang up on you. But if you make those 50 calls in 2 hours, you're going to book 2 appointments and probably close one. So what I found out from testing this and testing this and testing this is that if you're on the phone for 9 hours of the day, you give yourself an opportunity to have 3 call closes in a day. So personally, last month, to be honest, I do not know what I issued, but I do know that my team did over 100,000. Okay. And 95% of that was done over the telephone. So I have an idea what I'm talking about. I want to open it up for questions.
Okay. This is great, Mo. So I like the fact that you kept it short and sweet because people think that there's like, you got to do something like spectacular over the phone. And it's really, really not much of a difference, but just transferring the mindset. And like you said, it's just a phone script connected to the in-home pretty much. How do you handle kickbacks? And what do they look like? Do you get more kickbacks over the phone versus in-home? What does that activity look like and the amount of activity you have to have in order to have success versus the in-home?
Can we talk about a specific kickback to try to help people a little better?
Yeah, like, okay, are you doing one call close or are you booking appointments for the next day to do it over the phone or are you doing both?
I'm just looking for the opportunity. So if
Okay.
it's a one
So
call close, it's a one call close. If it has to be an appointment, it has to be an appointment.
what are what kickbacks do you get the most? Put it that way.
The only kickback that I get is around Social Security and bank account information. And they're very easy to handle once you get the 2 components that you need the most is why they want life insurance and what it would look like if they don't get it. If you thoroughly cover those 2 points, the kickback is really easy to overcome. So you got to thoroughly do it though. So I guess we need to go in the in-home presentation. I'll make that quick too. So this is what you cover in your in-home, the why. You open up the why with the 3 questions that I said twice. So if you didn't get it yet, you're being a bad student. So if you cover those 3 questions, they lead you right into the why. So let's give you an example. If they're a number 1, it means they don't have life insurance and they know they need some, then you would say something like, why is that important to you? Okay, why is that important to you at this time? And then they're going to start to tell you. And here's where new agents have the mistake because they'll say something like, yeah, it'd be bad for my family. And then you want to continue. Well, oh, yeah, it'd be bad for your family. Nah, I totally understand why I'm here. Yeah, let's go into the next section. No, you need to stay there. So I had this particular person named Drew. He's not even on my team, but he does a lot of dials with me. And I'm screaming through the phone while he's on the phone, like, Drew, stay there, stay there. And when I'm saying stay there, you can't just, it'd be bad. Okay, it'd be bad. Let's move on. You're not going to make the sale. So let me show you how to dig deeper when I say stay there. So Karen says it'd be bad. Karen, hit me with the it'd be bad. How would it look like for your family if you died today with no coverage, Karen?
I mean, it's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good. What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
I mean, I have a son, so like I mean, I guess if he doesn't have any money to bury me, he's gonna be short. Like he's not, my family's gonna suffer financially.
Right, right. I totally understand. Your son lives with you, Karen?
Yes,
Okay, good, good. So if you died, who would he have to live with?
probably my mom.
Is your mom rich?
No, not by. I mean, she leans on me financially sometimes.
Wow. So if you did die, she would have to take on the responsibility of your son. And it sounds like you just said that she actually leans on you, huh?
Yeah,
Wow. So now, Karen, I think I understand why you filled this out. You want to make sure, Karen, that in the event that you die, not only is your son taken care of, but your mom has the support to take care of your son. Is that right?
yeah,
Now
definitely.
I can move on. Now I can move on. But if I don't do that and just say, yeah, it'd be bad, when she says, no, I don't want to give you my social, it's my fault because I just stopped that it could be bad. So if you're wondering why you're not getting a social, it's because you're stopping at it could be bad instead of letting Cameron tell you how bad it could possibly be. Like let her say it herself. So when I talk to agents, right? And I'm like, yeah, why do they want life insurance? Well, it said it'd be bad for her family. And then I say, did they say that or did you say that? Like, did that come out of your mouth? Did you decide why she wants life insurance or did she say, well, I mean, no, 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 no. You need to find out why. So once we find out why, right, then we find out what it would look like if they don't have it and let them articulate that. Because if you articulate it, you're only selling yourself. If you get them to articulate it, now they're selling you. And it's nothing like when a customer is sitting in front of you selling you on why you should sell them life insurance. It's just like, yeah, come on, give me more. Let it talk. Yeah, come on. What else? Oh, yeah, devastated. This is a sale. That's how you button this up. That's how you avoid objections is by doing your job. I had an agent not talk to me for 2 days because I told her the truth. She called me. I said, why do you want life insurance? Um, and she couldn't give me a thorough answer. So I said, yo, you're not doing your job. You're not doing your job. Your job is to find out why. If you don't do that, then you're not going to make a sale. She didn't talk to me for 2 days. Now we're best friends because that conversation led her to not do that no more. So leaders have tough conversations with your people because they need it. They trust in you to lead them to success. When they join FFL, they're not doing this because they're looking for a hobby. 90% of the time, they want something better out of your life. The other 10%, people just, I don't know. But I promise you, like when people leave their job, like my boy John, he not playing. It's your job to tell him the truth and set the proper expectations. You got to beat this phone down till you don't feel like doing it. And when you don't feel like doing it, guess what? You got to get back on the phones. And that's the only way you're going to win here. So I could talk for an hour straight. And that's why I like being clear, short, and succinct, because no matter what I say, if you don't practice it, you'll never get it. Any questions?
Yes, Mo, what does your daily schedule look like with the appointments? How many appointments are you booking virtually to have all the success you're having on a day-to-day basis?
So this is my thing. So I'm kind of backwards, right? And I'm sorry, I'm kind of backwards. Everybody, you don't have to adopt everything about Mo. Just use the useful stuff and leave the rest alone. So um, I'm on the phone every single day. They talk about ride-alongs. I'm hearing how ride-alongs is becoming the conversation in FFL. But think about this. I can only ride along with so many people, but if I open up a virtual line and let 30 people listen to me at one time, that's 30 ride-alongs at one time. So
Mm.
realistically, my personal production, I'm not able to really I'm really so locked in with my people, that it's like, okay, good. I'm walking you through this sale. I know you're getting better. Who's next? You unmute your line. Let's hear you for the next half an hour. This is how I conduct my team. Let's hear you for the next half an hour. And then I get to save that sale and walk them through. Like, no, don't say that. Say this. And let them catch it. So personally, my personal production has not been my focus. So I really don't know my numbers like that. But I do know I'm locked in with my team and they kicking ass. So I'm sorry I can't answer any personal
No,
production
no, no. It's
questions.
fine because in the beginning, it's good now because now you have a team to groom and mold, and that's where you spend your time. But in the beginning, it wasn't always like that, correct?
Absolutely
It was a
not.
lot of personal production.
100%. It has to be like that in the beginning because you're not going to have no money. You think you could be on the phone helping agents, you make $60 override, they just made 600, you're going to be broke before you know it. So, yeah, you do have to learn how to produce on your own. and build an organization. I just didn't want to be one of the examples that I'm making $100,000 a month and my organization is at 115,000. So that's where I was going. And I was like, wait a minute, like, no, I can make money, but my team ain't winning. Perhaps I need to slow down and bring my team up. And it worked for me. I don't suggest that for everybody because my lifestyle is different. You need to focus on your personal production first. You know, I'm a great teacher, so I know that I can spread around my personal assets around my team to make shit work. But focus on your personal production until you actually get a team. And then when you get a team, if you need to kind of fall back to build your team, you can do that. But please, 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 I'm saying this 100 times. Focus on your personal production because you don't want to go through what I go through. You know, you just don't. Like everybody ain't built like that. You might not make it through $12,000 worth of chargebacks. You know, and that's what happens when you stop writing. You know, you get into these situations. If you're not that person who can write your way out of it, just don't stop writing.
Okay, next question for you. Are the tie downs like the tie downs you would book for an in-home appointment? What are some tie downs that you use to lock in those virtual appointments if you have to book it for another day?
Yeah. Is there any reason that you won't be able to pick up the phone when I call you on Tuesday at 7 p.m.? That's my favorite one. Is there any reason? Like, because I don't even want to call you if you like you just call me. Just call me. I'm not booking that as that's not an appointment. Yeah, Mo, just call. No, that's not an appointment. You know, I need to get your full conversation, confirmation, and full engagement. So my favorite once again is KG. Is there any reason you will not be available at 7:15 p.m. tomorrow because this only works if you're on the phone and I'm on the phone. And I'm guaranteed to be there at 7:15 to call you. And I believe that you're a person of your word. Is there any reason that you won't
Mm,
be there tomorrow at 7 p.m. tomorrow? So what I do is I actually throw the whole, I believe you're a person of your word, you know, kind of test their character. And people go for that, you know, because nobody wants to be a person who's not about their word, right? So I kind of throw that at them and see if it sticks. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But just book as many as appointments as you can. The beautiful thing about virtual is when your appointments don't pick up, you just keep dialing. Great question.
definitely. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Darren.
hey, man, congratulations, Mo. You definitely seem like you fired up, man. Definitely good to hear your feedback, brother. My
Appreciate you.
question is, as far as your recruiting, like, as far as your hiring system, you say you definitely have a big team. I wanted to know what ways that you were recruiting people. Like, are you organically recruiting them, like face to face? Are you recruiting through referrals? Are you using any like social media platforms? Like, which ways do you recruit people?
So I should have at least 30 new friends at the end of this conversation. You guys can just look at me on Facebook. What I do is I make so much noise that you're going to see me and I let you come around whenever you come around. The second thing that I do is I send out messages. So I have a recruiting schedule that I'm working with my team. KG, I'll definitely share this with you because I find it helpful. But just to keep it simple, if you want to build on social media, like I was saying, you got to give first. So what we do is we comment on 20 people posts. We like and heart 20 people posts and we slide into 10 people DMs every day. Okay. Now, when you slide into people DMs, you got to remember you guys are business people, right? It's people sliding in their DMs all day. And this is what they do. This is what they do. Hey, how you been, girl? Oh, it's been so long. What you up to? The kids good? Yeah, the kids good. Okay, what else is good? All right, good. And by the way, I got this business opportunity, and your person looking at you through the message like, man, I knew you was gonna do this 5 minutes ago. You just did all that phony rapport stuff. Like, so what I recommend to people is just saying this, right? I don't know when your team meetings are, but I like duplication and simplicity. So I just do this, and I tell my team to do this. We're working on it. We just send out a message that says, "What are you doing Thursday night at 9:30?" You know, no hello, no fake rapport, no none of that. Just, hey, what's up? Oh, excuse me, you can say hello. Hey, KG, this is the message I send. This is literal. Hey, KG, what are you doing tonight at Thursday night at 9:30? And let them answer, right? And when they answer, I say, hey, look, I got this opportunity I've been doing really well with. I don't know if it's for you or not, but I have a meeting at 9:30 tomorrow. And it would mean the world to me. So you got to hit people with these words. It would mean the world to me if you tapped in. If I sent you the link, would you tap in? So the reason for that last sentence is because you said if it would mean the world to me. Now you're putting the pressure on your person. This is especially for warm market, because somebody in your cold market is not going to care what means the world to you. But for your warm market, once you put the pressure on them, like, yo, it will mean the world to me. They like, damn, I can't let them down. So they're going to come to the meeting. Then you hit them with this statement. This one I learned from Eric Warren in my time in network marketing. It's called the if I would you statement. So it helps you to not look thirsty, okay? And it's conditional. So if I sent you the link for the meeting, would you look at it? So I want to give you a way out. Because if you say no, you say no. Good. I go to the next person. I'm not wasting no time in 2022. And if you say yes, then I say, okay, awesome. Here go the link. I'll see you at 9:30. And that's how I keep that simple. Like, just simplicity is everything. Because if you could do it, Darren, if you write a whole soliloquy paragraph that gets people to recruit, but KG can't do it, guess what? Your excellent soliloquy is actually trash because it only works for you. But anybody can send a message that says, hey, Darren, what you doing at 9:30 on Thursday? And let them answer. Now, here's the thing to that. If you've been building on social media, like liking and commenting, if you've been posting, if you've been commenting all the stuff, if you've been sharing other people's successes, by the time they get that message, they're ready to be at your meeting already because they've been watching you. They've been watching you the whole time, and you've been engaging with them. So some people you're not gonna send the what you doing Thursday? Not this week, but this week I'm gonna say hello to you and just say hi, and then I'm gonna hit some likes during your page. You know what I mean? Hit some likes, and then next week, hey, what you doing Thursday at 9:30? You feel me? That's how you build yourself on social media. But most importantly,
I like that. I like that.
if you want to build yourself on social media, you got to build KG first. You got to build KG first, because this is why, Darren. If you really want to build, you're going to need people to build you, right? And they're not going to buy into that process unless you bought into the process of building a person on top of you. You understand what I'm saying? That's how that thing goes. Giving. Don't ask what your organization can do for you. Ask what you can do for your organization. Those are the people that you want around you. Like, this is dead serious. Like, I was dead serious when I told Thaddeus, if you don't comment on 5 of my posts, we're not having a conversation. Like, 2022 is your year. Everybody on this line, take your stuff serious. Don't allow takers in your immediate space. So we talked about takers, but takers can become givers. When you make the environment so weird to be a taker, takers tend to become givers. But you don't let the takers in your inner circle, you monitor them from a distance. Okay? You put them on the outer circle and let them know that they're invited to the inner circle at any time they want to join. But it's going to take a little more commitment than the outer circle. But till you want to, you want to hang out in the outer circle, you still invited to the meeting. All that, you just can't get all the way into my energy that I got to protect because I'm trying to make $1 million per month by the end of the 22. I hope that makes sense.
No,
Mo,
that's a big
Thank you
deal.
for
I'm
the
sorry. Go
feedback.
ahead, Kali.
Mo, real quick. We got about 5
What's up?
minutes left.
Yeah.
So great job. Like, I listen, everybody, Mo's not lying. Like, Mo posts on his Facebook page. I see Mo every single day, all day on Facebook. So if you want to figure out how to do this or how to be consistent, Mo is probably one of the most consistent people that I've seen on Facebook. Mo Tillis, Be the Culture on Facebook. Follow him to see what he's doing and how he's doing it. That's number one. Number two, Mo. So we met last year at the convention,
Sure.
right? And I've seen your growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been amazing. Can you take this last couple minutes and talk to the people who are not registered at convention, who are on the fence about going to the convention, why they need to be at the convention on February 2nd in Miami?
So I'm not on this meeting if I didn't go to convention. I don't meet Callie and KG if I don't go to convention. Like, I mean, that's enough for me. I would like to, have a fire. That's enough for me. Like, I met these 2 women. Like, that is enough. Like, period. Like, you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what you're going to learn. Further than everything that I learned is the relationships that I built. Like me and KG and Future Integrity Partner, we locked in for life. Like period. We locked in for life. Like, cause they want to win. And I want to be around winners, and I couldn't be more proud to have two powerful women like them in my corner because this is what happens when I got a single mom that's going through it. I'm like, KG, can you talk to her, please? But if I was being a taker and only reach out to KG when I need her, see, it's relationships, people. Like, it's relationships, man. We in the relationship business. Like, we in a relationship business. It's all about team. So go meet your team out there. There's more people than just the Maryland squad. Like, I'm not part of y'all financial line. I'm not, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's all love. Like, and I couldn't have spent a better hour this morning. Besides closing the deal. If I was closing the deal, that'd been cool. But other than that, I couldn't have spent a better hour this morning than being with you guys. This is what you get to have in the relationships that you get to walk away from convention because the information is great, but I reach out to KG all the time with stupid stuff like, what do I do with a 70-year-old with like, and she's there for me, like.
Hold on, pause. Let's talk about how you call me in the in-home too. I'd be like, Mo, he's like, I'm in the home. Oh, hi, how are you?
So KG talked about the importance of calling from the in-home. I don't need no help in the home. It just helps me. It's part of my presentation. Because what I do when I call KG, I also recite what's wrong with that person. I recite their why over the phone. So now the customer is looking at me, telling a total stranger that she's going to be totally devastated if her children doesn't get this today. I need your recommendation because I want to help KG. The person is looking at me like we're in the same room. So they like, yo, god damn, I'm really messed up. I need to get this insurance today. So yeah, call in the home. Call in the home. It's part of my presentation. Like it's part of my whole get up. Like I'm calling from every home even though I don't need to.
Nice. That's so awesome. And we got one more minute. If you get the biggest
Let me just say
message.
this.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me just say, because we got 1 minute and we got to wrap
Okay.
this up.
Okay.
Sorry, let me cut you off. But
No,
guys,
it's
because
cool.
people asking, Moe Tillis on Facebook. I posted it in the chat. You can find him on Facebook. And then this call, the recording will be on the FFL Fury Facebook page on Monday afternoon. So if you want to hear what Mo says over and over again and talk like Mo, listen to this call over and over again, guys. Mo, thank you so much for your time. Josh, congratulations on your success. We will see you guys on Monday morning starting at 7:30 a.m. on the live dials, and that will be posted in the chat on Monday, guys. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next Saturday. Thanks,
Hey,
Mo.
real quick before
Yeah.
we go. I'm going to put up a post with all you beautiful pictures on here. I'm going to post it on my Facebook. If you found value from this call today, please go on my Facebook and let me know. Because if y'all don't, I'm never coming back, even though I
We
love
got
y'all.
Please post on
All
Mo's
right.
page, y'all, because Mo is one of our best. We love having Mo on here, and we don't want
I'm
him
here
to
to
stop
serve.
connecting with us. So thanks, Mo.
For real,
Thanks
love
for the
y'all.
meeting, Callie and
Love you.
Corinne.
Thank you. Yes.
Got
Thank
it,
you guys
y'all.
so much.
And thanks, Josh. Thanks, Mo.
Thank
Have a great
y'all.
week.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Mo.
Let's
All
go
right,
crush
y'all.
it, y'all. Let's
Let's
go
crush
crush it.